Brianna Grier, 28, was experiencing a mental health episode and fell out of the moving patrol car while being transported by a Hancock County Sheriff's deputy on July 15. The deputy had failed to close the rear passenger door. Grier fell into a coma and passed away on July 21. The family's attorney, Ben Crump, stated that Grier needed help, but the police handcuffed her instead.
Alright, so just before we begin the interview, anything like that, there's just one thing that I need to go over with you.
Yes, sir.
As a Garrity, so I need to advise you that this investigation is to determine whether any criminal laws have been violated during the incident, or use of force incident, whatever you want to call it. It is not an administrative or disciplinary inquiry. You are not being compelled to give any statement or answer any questions. Your cooperation in this investigation is voluntary. So do you understand those?
Yes.
Okay. So are you willing to speak with me today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's see here. I've already met you previously. Your name's Marlin.
Marlin Primus.
Primus?
Call me Marlin, but I'm Lieutenant Primus.
Okay, I gotcha. What time did you get on shift? I guess yesterday or today.
Yesterday we had to be reported at work at 5:45
Okay. Is that PM?
p.m. That's correct.
Okay. And how long does the shift last till?
12-hour shift.
Okay. So you get off at 4:45 a.m.
6. We have to stay here and talk with other shift.
Okay.
And once they come on at 15 minutes before 6 o'clock p.m. or a.m.
Okay. Sounds good. So approximately 6 a.m. then?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is that your usual shift then?
That is correct.
Okay. So you get on shift around 4:45 p.m.
Excuse me, 5:45. Excuse me, 5:45. I apologize. 5:45.
I gotcha.
15 minutes before the shift. 15 minutes before 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sounds good. All right. And when did you make contact with Miss Brianna Grier?
Okay. Gonna look at him. That's what we got it on here.
Okay, so is that
This is play. They tell me this is not a report. It's just a key information.
Oh, gotcha.
On what we got.
Mm-hmm.
And we arrived on the scene at 00:39:54 on the scene. That's what time we got on the scene.
Okay, so 12:39 a.m. then?
That's correct.
Okay. When did you receive the dispatch call?
We received a call, dispatch, incoming call came in at 00:24:38. That's when the incoming call came in.
Okay. And what was the call for?
It was a 1016, which is a verbal, it's an altercation between the family.
Okay. Did they say who was involved?
Yes, Brianna Grier.
Okay. Who else was involved?
Just her.
Okay. So she was the only one named?
At the resident, yes.
Okay. Did they happen to mention if, it being family, like who she was fighting with? If it was like, a partner, a parent?
Her and her mother was into it.
Okay. So is that what was said on the dispatch though?
Yeah, they said Brianna Grier got a ride to the home and beating on the door, and her mother requested deputies.
Okay, sounds good. So you got, do you ride over by yourself, or does,
The other deputy and myself, we arrived at the same time.
Okay, and what is the other deputy's name?
Timothy Legette, if I'm not mistaken. Timothy Legette.
Okay.
Timothy Legette.
How do you spell, Legette?
You're gonna have to ask him. He'll be in it when he come in, but Timothy Legette.
Sounds good. Alright, so you guys ride over there together then?
That's correct.
Okay. Once you get on the scene, what happens?
When we arrived on the scene, Brianna Grier was on the phone with someone with short pants on, barefooted.
Mm-hmm.
I walked up and asked the mother, how can we help her? Mother stated that we need to get her to the hospital or something to get her some kind of treatment.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, she walked up to me and we was talking. And I was talking to Brianna, and I said, Brianna, what's going on? And she just going backwards and forth. She was talking crazy. Then she asked me about my daughter. But my daughter finished school together, matter of fact. I just looked at her and I said, have you been drinking? She said, yes. She said she drank something out of the refrigerator, some liquor out of the refrigerator, whatever they had. And I told her that I had to come and go with me. I could smell a strong odor of alcohol. And I told her, at this time we're going to charge you with public drunk because I can smell a strong odor. That's when she refused to go. Put the handcuffs on her, cuffed her to the front. I didn't want to cuff her to the back because I know I just didn't want to injure her in any kind of way. It was a short ride. I just put them to the front.
Yeah.
Once I put the cuff to the front, then we restrained her, but you might have seen the dirt in my pants. She kind of kicked a little bit. So while I was walking her to the car, I said, I'm also going to charge her with obstruction. That's what I had told her officer. I'm going to charge her with obstruction with the tussle. After that, she refused to get in the car. I went around to the driver's door, tried to get her. I couldn't never get her, so I closed the driver's door back, went around, and I went on ahead and just picked her up and put her in the car. The other deputy, I told him I got her. So I put her in the car. And also before then, I had told the parent, once I get her with public drunk, and I told them public drunk at that time, then I told them that I need for you all to come to the courthouse in the morning, do an affidavit on I told them I got to come in at 12 today. And I'm going to make talk with the judge to see can get her in a better place that they've been sending her. I said, but right now I'm going to charge them public drunk. That's what I told them. But then after I had tussled with her, then I made up my mind that I'm going to charge her with obstruction because I had to get sheriffs. Anytime you had to lay hands on someone, go ahead and hit them with obstruction. But at that time also, I advised my deputy to get his camera before we even touched her. Before we touched her, I didn't have my camera because my camera was in my unit. I told him to go get his camera. And we put on our gloves. And I said, don't get the camera because I don't know what make me do it, but I just told him to get the camera. Get the camera. So there is a video. So once we got her in the car, told him to cut the light on, just to cut the light on. But she told us in our presence also while we had her, said she's gonna kill herself. She said she stated to us, she's gonna kill myself. When I get in jail, I'm gonna kill myself. So in the back of my mind, I'm just gonna tell them to put her in the hole and watch her. And as we left down the road, I can see the door was open, back door was open. She was on the ground. So me and other deputy got an ambulance around, EMS around, and we ran her aid to had some water, put a little water, splashed a little water on her face, and I gave her a little water, gave her some water. And we ran her aid, and then we told them to get the ambulance around 1018, and that's about it. That's it. We was gonna try to get her some help. Matter of fact, yesterday she came up here to the sheriff's office and she was complaining about someone getting money, her mom and them getting money out of her account. So I told her to come back today. Day before yesterday, I told her to come today to go by the bank and get me a statement from January up to now. That way we can go and do a report. We can see what's what. Go get me the report. What she had me yesterday was just January 1st of the year. So now we need to, this too old. Get me something new and current. I said, come back tomorrow. Got her in my patrol car. I said, come on, we'll take you to the subway. Took her to the subway yesterday, day before yesterday, and took it and spent my last $20. I bought her something to eat at Subway and tipped the waitress, the girl at there.
Yeah.
It was $4 or something left. I gave her the $4. I said, because it's closing time, it's right at 9 o'clock. And I gave her the $4. And Brianna said, what am I going to do about gas money? I said, Brianna, you don't have no car. So that's where we at.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, let me just go back just so that I make sure that I understand everything correct. Okay, so you get on the scene, and you make contact with the mother, Mary. Mary tells you that, hey, I would like to have her go to the hospital, be looked at, whatever's going on. In which case,
take her to, well, she says take her to the hospital that we used to take her to. And I said, well, I said, look, gotta come up in the morning, do affidavit. I said, well, right now, public drunk at this time.
Yeah.
And she admitted to me that she about to say she went to the refrigerator and got drunk somebody in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So then, when you're speaking with her, that's when she admits to drinking it out of the. And when I say her, that's Brianna.
Yes, sir.
And she specifically said it was alcohol, though.
Yes, she said she still took alcohol. She said, I drunk some alcohol. I said, Brianna, you been drinking? Yes, I've been drinking. I've drunk some out the refrigerator. I've drunk some in the refrigerator. Something in the refrigerator, something, but I can smell it.
Okay. Did she name it specifically?
That I can't remember, but she said she drunk some out the refrigerator.
Okay, I got you. And I know you mentioned that the body camera footage had been rolling with
yes.
Timothy's.
He had it.
When did that body footage start? Like, was it when you guys?
When we put our gloves on and everything.
Okay.
We put our gloves on, and I
Okay.
knew we were gonna have to pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that we abuse her or anything, but
Yeah.
we backed up. Once I got around to the car, and she wouldn't get in, I did have pull my taser out
Mhm.
and had on low rate. I took the cartridge out and just squeezed the trigger just to try to get her in the car.
Yeah.
She said, tase me. I didn't tase you. Put the cartridge back in. I put it back in my holster. I put it back in my holster. I didn't tase. I was just trying to get her in the car.
Okay.
Hoping the taser sound would make her get in the car. But I had it at low red and squeezed the trigger. I did squeeze the trigger. Hoping that sound would scare her. But
Mhm.
I didn't tase her.
Okay. Okay. So,
Didn't tase. Yes.
yeah. Let's go back through that whole incident then, if we can. So you smell the strong odor. She refuses to
Go with us.
Yeah,
So
go
we
with you
restrained her.
guys.
We didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we restrained.
So can you break that down a little bit? Like, what happened there?
She just curled up in a fetal knot laying, and I picked her up by the legs, and officer Legette had her by the arms, by the shoulder, like the arms or whatnot. And we had to stop maybe 1 or 2 times with her because he kept like, she was kind of wiggling, and she was struggling, moving, and she didn't want to go. So.
Okay. Now, during
We
that
didn't drag her or
first-
anything.
yeah.
We didn't drag her. We just picked her up.
Mhm. Did she fight back in any kind of
Yeah,
way?
she kicked.
Okay,
She
so
kicked me. She
Okay.
kicked me. That's what I came to the conclusion. I told Legette that we're gonna. I told Legette I'm gonna go ahead and charge her with destruction. I said, cause the sheriff. I thought about it with the sheriff. The sheriff said, anytime someone put hands on someone, gonna hit them with destruction.
Okay.
And I was just gonna charge her with. I was gonna charge her with public junk. Just the parents getting up here.
Okay.
Try to get her some help, and I was gonna talk to the judge at 12 today. I was really gonna talk to the judge, but at 12, because I come in at 12, and I was gonna tell the judge to listen, we gotta give her something, because the girl had been to college.
Mm-hmm.
The girl had been to college, and something went wrong in college. Apparently, she got hold of some bad drugs or something like that.
I gotcha. Okay. So, she refuses. She curls up like you're saying. I mean,
Yes.
does she drop to the ground? Is she
To
standing
the
up?
ground.
Okay.
Dropped to the ground, in the ground. She curled up in the ground.
Okay. Now, how were you able to handcuff her from the front then? Like, could you describe what happened?
I grabbed one hand,
Mm-hmm.
and I grabbed the other one. I used Legette handcuff. Give me a handcuff, Legette.
Mhm.
So while she was on the ground, I cuffed one here and cuffed the other one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So cuffed her from the front.
Cuffed her from the front. I didn't want to put her in handcuffs. I know it, like we had to tussle with her, I don't want to throw her arm out of place and her like that. I just didn't want to do that. I just want to get her in the car.
Yep. Okay, so after you cuff her from the front, what happens?
Then I tried to get her up. She wouldn't get up, so I grabbed her legs and I told her to grab her arm. Let's go. And so we kind of like, what would you say? We restrained her.
Mhm.
We restrained her and took her to the car. Got her in. She wouldn't get in the car at first. And so I thought I could went around the other side. I thought I could pull her in, just get her by. But he couldn't never get her to the door. So I went back, closed the door. I closed the door. went back around, got her up. I got on her up. I finally got on her up, and I picked on her up and just put her in the car. And what I told him to cut the inside dome light on so we could watch her. I don't know what made me say it, but just cut the inside dome light on. So he cut it on, and when we got back in the road, we might didn't even get up to no speed, and next thing you know, she just bailed out.
Okay. Now, when exactly did you put your gloves on then?
Before we picked her up and started the video, and I want to put my gloves on because I know that I got the kind of these black gloves. It's black. It's not black glove. It's a kind of like glove with the rubber inside and the elastic on the back.
Yeah.
And I know that if I got to deal with her, and I don't know what she had or whatnot. So we put the mask on, and we tried to put the mask on her, but she kept turning her head and whatnot. So she wanted to put the mask on, but we said, okay. So, but we put our mask on. We be precaution.
I got you. So, did you put your gloves on and start the body camera footage after speaking with Brianna then? Or was it before?
When she was in a fetal position, I told him to go get his body camera. I told him to go get his body camera. When she was on the ground, I see that she didn't want to go. And then he went back and got the camera. I put the cuffs on. I put my gloves on. I put the gloves. I gave him a pair of gloves. I gave him a pair of latex gloves. I had a pair of my handcuffs here. And I gave him and I just grabbed my glove that got the rubber right here, the palm of it.
Okay. I gotcha. So she curls up, falls to the ground. At that point, that's when you tell Timothy, hey, go get the stuff and, get the camera rolling.
Get your camera and bring me a mask and bring her a mask.
Cool. Alright. So you pick her up by the legs, he picks her up by the arms, you carry her to the vehicle. What side of the vehicle did you put her on?
We got her right there on the driver's side. Got her at the driver's side. But she refused to come in, so I went to the passenger side. See could I get her and just try to bring her on, but I couldn't. So I went back around, closed the door, went back around, and I told Tim, let me get her. So I picked her up. So it happened some kind of way I got her, didn't drag her or anything, I just picked her up and just got her on in the car.
Okay. So you went back around, so then you put her in through the driver's side then?
Yeah, we put her in on the driver's side.
Okay. Were you the one who drove to the residence originally?
Me and the other deputy, he drove his vehicle, I drove my vehicle.
Oh,
I got
two separate vehicles.
Yeah, I got my vehicle because I'm the K9. I know she's not gonna get in the car with my dog in there.
Yeah.
I got it's a separated cage, but believe it or not, yesterday I was gonna try to take her to Subway, but she said, "No, you got your dog," and I said, "No, I ain't got the dog on today because I got some reports. Not report, but I got some things I need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna get him today." And she said, "Okay, well, I get in your unit." So I put her in my unit and took her to Subway.
Okay.
So that I know that I couldn't. She wanted to show up road tonight because I had him with me tonight. I had the dog with me tonight, and I know she wanted to do it tonight.
Okay, so you put her in Timothy's car then?
Correct.
Okay. Now, when you guys usually, handcuff people, I mean, do y'all have like a certain policy on how y'all handcuff, do all that kind of stuff?
Well, only thing I want to do, the policy, if you're going to haul someone long ways, and I consider, how can I put it? Like I said, there is the policy that you can, if you're going about 30 miles, I think it's 30 miles. I'm not for sure, but at 30 miles, like if I take them from here to Millersville, we're gonna put them to the front. If it's a long ways and you feel like it's gonna be a long ways and whatnot, you put them to the front. Where if it's a short distance from where we're at to here, it's not a short distance. So I'm just gonna put them to the front because I didn't want to throw an arm out of nothing like that, and I just want to put them to the front.
Okay.
But if you're gonna go a long ways, just want to detain her for my safety and her safety. I just want to detain her.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I didn't want to just, I could have put her to the back, but and we had a hard time trying to get her. From what I saw how she had, I didn't really, because probably if I had her just spin around to the back and then she'd probably hit the ground. I didn't want to. I just put them, give me to the front, come on here.
Yeah.
Put them to the front.
Just get everything under control?
That is correct.
I got you. Okay, so you put her into the vehicle. Do you guys, lock the back seats, anything like that?
They should be locked. All vehicles, all our units should be locked. They should be locked.
Okay. So it's standard though for the backs.
They're gonna be all our vehicles gonna have. They're gonna be locked. No, if you put someone in them, they can't. They're locked.
Yeah, locked from the inside.
Yeah, but the only way you can really supposed to do it is unlock the doors from the outside.
Okay. Okay. So you guys put her in. Do you guys shut the door?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did when I saw that I couldn't get on this side. I shut the door. How? What?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you're the one who closed the door on it? Okay. Did you hear the latch go?
I did. But we went around, yeah. And that's why I told him to get in front of me. I want to make sure, and I was going to monitor her. That's why I told him to cut the light on. I want to monitor her and make sure she's all right, because,
Okay. Now, I'm going to get into the driving down the road in a second, but did you notice any kind of injuries that she had sustained?
When I got to her, I didn't see any injuries. I didn't see any injuries. I looked, didn't see any injuries, any bruise and laceration. I didn't see any road rash or anything.
Okay.
So we saddled her up, gave her a little water.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about, we'll get to that part.
Okay.
I'm talking about when she's actually sitting in the, when you get her into the vehicle. And you shut the door and you turn on the cab light. Do you notice if she has like any kind of bruising, any kind of injuries to her body, anything like that?
No, she didn't have any injuries. She was just no injury when we put her in the car. No injury, no whatsoever.
Okay.
We didn't have to. We just had to restrain her, and she was kicking.
Okay. Now, did the cab lights stay on the whole ride?
That is correct. It was red. He had the red cab light on.
Okay. Are there any video footage inside y'all's?
We don't have the inside, but he had the camera rolling.
Okay, he had the camera rolling the whole time. Okay,
yeah.
I gotcha.
Body camera.
Now, okay, so no injuries observed. You guys are driving down the road. I mean, did she say anything?
But before she left, she said she was gonna kill herself.
Okay.
She told us, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
And that light went off my head. I said, well, when I get you to the jail, I'm just gonna tell them. I always tell them to watch her, put her in the hole.
Yeah.
Watch her.
Did she say anything else?
That she gonna kill herself. That was just the one thing that stood out.
Okay.
And that really made me want to push the issue about to get an affidavit, to get her some help.
Yeah. Okay. Now, do you know when you guys left the scene with her? Like when did you guys actually start driving away from the scene?
Let me see what it says here. Let's see. I really can't speculate. I'm probably talk with it. Probably we stayed there. We might have stayed there at the scene. We got there with about we might have stayed there maybe about 20 to 25 minutes, give or take.
Okay.
It really went well after we left there. 20. We might have stayed about maybe 10 or about 20 minutes at the scene with the parents.
Yeah.
Give or take. It just went a long thing.
Yeah.
And then when we left, that's what things happened.
So when you put her into the vehicle, did you go back and speak with the parents?
I told the parents right now. I told the parent, y'all make sure y'all come in the morning and do what y'all need to do. I said, but right now, she finna go with us.
Okay. So she's sitting in the vehicle when you talk to the
Yeah,
the
we did
parents?
I just spoke briefly with the parent and let them know. It's okay.
Now, when you say parents, is it plural or just one?
Her father was sitting on the porch.
Oh, wow.
Marlin Grier. And him and her kind of had a few words.
Okay. When you say him and her, are you talking about Mary?
No,
Oh, so you're talking about
Brianna and her father.
When did they have words with each other?
While she was standing up there while we was talking, and she was telling him about, she just said, she mentioned somebody, he was smoking crack and stuff like that, and said the like that off the kid. He stood up then and told her, she telling a lie, stuff like that, so it went from there.
Gotcha. So that they were just kind of arguing back and forth with each other.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, was Timothy with you when you guys were talking with the parents?
Yeah, he was standing right there. Yes.
Okay, so you were both standing there. Was
Yes.
anyone watching, Brianna?
Oh, when I went to talk to the parent, he was back at the car. He was back at the car because he had done lost his iPod, and he was right at the car with her. He was still there with her.
Okay, so he was with,
Yeah, he was with her. I went back and talked to the parent. Then, as we got ready to leave, he walked up and saw his iPod. What you call it, iPod?
the AirPods?
AirPods, I ain't know.
Nah, these are
Yeah.
good.
Mhm.
Okay. So, do you guys both ride in the same vehicle?
I got home unit. He got his unit.
Okay, that's what I want to make sure. So Timothy's the one who drove
Her too. Yeah.
Okay. Did you follow Timothy or did
I was
you
right
leave?
behind. I was right behind. That's why I was saying to follow him. I told him to put the dome light on to monitor. So I just wanted to monitor. For some reason, I just wanted to monitor. But by the time I could get close up,
Okay. When did that occur? I guess when is a bad question. It's more of where did the incident occur?
right down the road, maybe a tenth of a mile. Maybe a tenth of a mile, give or take. You can see her parents' mailbox.
Okay. Could you describe what happened to me then?
So when
Well, you saw the light was on. You're following, Timothy.
I was following him, when I got up to him, when I followed him, then I looked and I saw the door open. I saw the door that it was open, and I looked, she was on the ground, and that was it.
Did you see her fall?
I didn't see her fall. By the time I got my unit around to get close enough, and I could see it, his door was open, and then the rear passenger door was open.
What did you do after you saw her on the ground?
I went, told me to get EMS and round, looked at her, talked to her, tried to talk to her, side her up a little bit, and then we told me to get EMS and round.
Mm-hmm. Was she responsive when you were talking
She
to her?
was moaning a little bit. She was moaning just a little, I think a little bit. Then I gave her a little water. Then we side her up and kept putting a little water on her face. I had some water that I usually keep in my patrol car. I told Legette, do he have any water? He said, no. I said, I got some. I ran to my unit, got the water. Just give me a little water, hoping that they would bring her out, just put it on her face.
Yeah.
Rinse her aid.
I gotcha. What kind of injuries did you observe?
Only thing I seen that was just like maybe no injury. I didn't see the bruises or anything. It was just like maybe she was just like just kind of like not. I really can't explain it. It was just like she was breathing and everything. She was breathing, and that's what I was really looking for. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Breathing, and that's when she had a good airway.
Okay. So you didn't notice any kind of bruising?
No, I didn't see. That's what I was looking for. I looked around her head, and I didn't see any bruise.
Didn't see anything? You didn't see any kind of like open wounds or anything like that?
Open wound.
Well,
That's what I was looking for.
Did she say if she was in any kind of pain or anything like that?
She didn't say anything. She was just like if she was out of it, just a little, like she was breathing and everything. When I gave her, like I said, I gave her some water, and then she kind of threw that up a little bit, and I said, okay, she's coming out of it. I thought maybe she had just like, knocked out conscious. That's what I thought. Thought she was conscious, but that's what we was looking for.
Okay. How long were you rendering aid for?
Until we stayed there with them. Until I let Legette I let Legette stay with her. I said, well, let me check. Then I also asked them at ambulance to get what's the status on the EMS. They said they got one coming out in Millersville.
Okay.
So, but I gonna try to escort them in, hoping to meet them. So I told Legette I'm gonna go see can I get them, because I don't know, they probably don't want to get here. So I left and went. I told Legette, stay with her, keep renting her aid to her, and I went to back up to 15 north, 15 south. But as I got to the end of the road, they med once that they en route, they're clearing up. They should be shortly to her. They left from Springfield. They left from Mayfield. They left from Mayfield en route to show Hickory Road, Church Road.
So you told Timothy to stay there,
keep renting her aid to her,
yeah, and they're coming. So EMS is coming from.
They came from Mayfield.
Mayfield. Do you know who the EMS responders were?
Yeah, these two guys the last time.
Okay, I got
Oldham, the last time from the last time.
Yeah, you're talking about
Oldham and Moore.
Friday.
Yes,
Okay.
them same two. So that'd be the same two.
Now, after you left and you started heading back, did you see them driving down, or did you, when you heard that they were on their way, you just kind of
When I got
back?
there, they were there. They may had about a minute up on me. When I got there, they were there working on, they were working on it and whatnot.
Okay, so you drove back.
I drove back with at a tremendous speed.
Okay, once they were on scene, what happened?
We just they said they're gonna get out. I just listened to what they said. They said they're gonna get a helicopter in. I said, well, I told them to get fire and rescue route, because they had to get a landing pad, do a landing pad. I told them to get a fire and rescue route to do a landing pad.
Okay. Who's he? Do you know?
I talked to what's the guy with the things in there? That's Oldham. I don't know. I think that's his name.
Oh, gotcha. Younger looking dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
I spoke with him. I told him we're gonna get fire and rescue route to do a landing pad.
Okay, so they specifically said though that they were going to get the helicopter out.
Yeah,
Okay.
a bird in there.
Did they tell you if they saw any kind of injuries, anything like that?
I don't recall. The only thing they said she had a head injury. That's all I remember. They just said they said she had a head injury. I didn't let them do that thing. I didn't want to try to hold them up, asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. So what happens after they say she has a head injury?
That's it. I made contact with the sheriff. I called my investigator. I had called up. I called the sheriff, and I called my investigator, Ricky Brown, and let them know what we had. And they just told me generate a report. I'm gonna do everything. They told me generate a report, and sheriff said he's in route.
Okay, I got you. Were you able to generate a report?
I just got, we stayed down there. We thought you were coming down there, but I'm just getting here now to go ahead and start on it.
Okay.
And I was gonna get one cut too.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance after writing your report, if I could get a copy of it, that'd be.
I had to complete it today. I'm
no rush or anything like that. But
Okay.
just saying, whatever you
Well,
get
again,
done
on the
for,
statement now. Do you need it now? Do you need our statements now?
Well, I would like to talk with Timothy as well. So
We can get the
yeah, as soon as I can, I'd like to get the statements. Just whenever y'all finish the report, if I can just get a copy.
We should.
Yeah. All right. Let me just go over this again really quick. You had mentioned that you had pulled your taser as well. When did that occur?
When she wouldn't get in the car. When we had her at the car, and she wouldn't get in the car, I pulled my taser.
Okay.
I pulled my taser and I squeezed the trigger, trying to scare her. Not trying to scare her, but just trying to get her attention.
I gotcha.
To get her in the car. I just want to get her in the car.
Yeah.
And I am taser certified. I never used, to be honest, I never used it. Never used it. I just tried to get her attention, to get her in the car. That's what I was trying to do.
Okay. Let me see if I could get the exact time then. So you put her in the handcuffs, you carry her over to the passenger side.
No, to the driver's side. We had her to the driver's side. I had her to the driver's side. I apologize. I had her to the driver's side.
Driver's side, okay.
And I went to the passenger side to try to see, can I, get her, just pick her up and bring her over into the car. But Legette couldn't get her up. So I went back around, closed the door, and went back around and picked her up. I went away and picked her up.
Okay. You carried her to the driver's side. She want to go in. Then you went around on the passenger side, tried to pull her.
I was gonna try. I couldn't reach her.
Couldn't reach her. Yeah.
And then I went to close the door and went back around. Close the door. Because when I went back around, then I just went on ahead and just picked her up. She was she wouldn't get back in. She was in fetal mode. That's what I needed. I just got her in the car. And that's, yeah.
During that whole instance right there, when did you pull your taser?
When I went back around, she was still there.
Okay.
And I said, come on, Brianna.
So when you went back around to the driver's side?
Yeah, and I just told her, come on. We pleaded with her, and I didn't ever torture her with it or anything. I didn't dry stern her or nothing. I just pulled the trigger, trying to get her attention. But she all out, tase me. And I know she was saying it for her mom, but I didn't tase her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So after you pulled the taser, when you say pull the trigger, I also have a taser. I know how tasers work.
I'm
So
just when you pull it out,
yeah.
I took the cartridge out. I didn't know. Because if I had to squeeze the trigger, the two pros would have came out.
Yeah.
So what I did, I took the cartridge out and just squeezed the trigger. I took the cartridge out, squeezed the trigger, trying to get her attention.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, she was like, "Oh, tase me."
Yeah, she I said, "Oh, I ain't finna tase you, girl. We just gonna go and get you in this car."
Mm-hmm.
And my whole thing was just trying to get her some help.
Yeah.
I was gonna do this today. That's what I was planning on, and I still do it.
Yeah. So you holstered them and then went hands-on with her.
And went on here and picked her up, put her up. Yes.
And that was when you picked her up from the feet and Timothy went from the arms. Okay.
No. I used the taser when we were back at the car.
Mm-hmm.
When I went around, and I closed the door, I said I couldn't get her from this way.
Yeah.
I went back around, I pulled my taser, come on, girl, I squeezed the trigger. I didn't use it at back up there when we picked her up and told her to the car. When she got back to the car, she still wouldn't get in the car. She wouldn't get in the car.
That's right. You picked her up yourself at that point and put her in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't never tase. I just squeezed the trigger, just trying to get her attention.
Yeah, and then if you and I go out there, or if Timothy goes out there, I'd like to see the area.
We'll take care of that.
Okay, I appreciate that.
I can wait till we both of us go with you. I can wait around.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, just let's do that. Let me just read over this. If I have any more questions, would you be okay if I reached out?
Anytime.
Okay.
I gotta get a little cat nap today, and I gotta come back today at 12 at the courthouse. So I'll be at the courthouse
very detailed about everything. So, like I said, if I just have any other questions, I'll be reaching out again. Okay, cool. Would you mind grabbing Timothy for me real quick then?
Sure. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
You got my number, right?
Absolutely.
Give me your name again. I know Marlo's my name.
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah, last name Nessie.
Nessie. Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.